everyone. I'm Alicia Fiorletta, content strategist for Retail TouchPoints, and I have joining me right now Cheryl Sullivan, who's with Revionics. Cheryl, thanks so much for taking the time.
Oh, thank you.
So, the key trend here, I think, at NRF is, how retailers can better keep up with the customer, who's more intelligent, more informed. So, to start off our conversation, how has this element of information transparency, on behalf of the customer, how has that really shaken up the overall retail landscape, but also what they're expecting from the retailers that they're doing business with?
Yeah, it's definitely become one of the largest challenges for retailers. So the two top ones are price and the fact that consumers are well educated, well connected, and have complete transparency into the products. So retailers are responding by trying to do competitive matching, by increasing the promotional frequency. Unfortunately, what that does is just lead to margin erosion.
Right.
And then with the Amazon.com and Jet.com, they become the benchmarks for the industries, yet they also aren't as worried about being profitable. So it's really thrown the retail market in upside down, trying to keep up with the consumer.
Yeah, that's great. So let's dive deeper into that competitive component, right? Because I agree, you have these online giants that have so much technology and so much manpower behind them that they can afford to make hundreds or even thousands of price changes, within a single day. So, how are retailers keeping pace with this, and also what are the challenges that you're kind of alluding to? Is it time? Is it manpower? Is it approach? What are they facing?
I think what they're facing is, historically they try to do these things via spreadsheets and try to predict what the consumers want. In reality, what we find at Revionics is that consumers are not price sensitive on every product or every category, and their price sensitivity varies across channels. So they become, in some cases, more price sensitive online versus a brick and mortar store, yet you have an omni-channel retailers. So it's really about taking advantage of science and technology and the latest innovations, along with becoming more strategic. So not just promoting to promote because the competitors are, not just matching a price because their key competitor put out a price, but really having a purpose for their promotions and making them more strategic. So understand which products consumers want, which products you should be promoting, and making sure that those promotions have the purpose of growing your basket or increasing your market share, or in many cases actually getting margin. So everybody thinks they got to just match price or reduce price to be competitive, and in reality, over the past holiday season, Amazon actually increased more price changes than they did decrease price changes.
Right.
So it's really about the depth of what you're increasing and decreasing. So consumers want quality, they want value, but they want a fair price. And so it's really, retailers need to align their pricing policies against a strategic objective, understand which products they should be giving those deals and offers on, maximizing the funds they get from their suppliers to help offset some of those, so that they can give value, they can give good promotions, but they're not doing it at the expense of their margins.
Great. And when we're talking about promotions and using data to our advantage to better understand the shopper and create context around our promotions, right? I mean, how can retailers do that effectively? How can they take this variety, this breadth and depth of data, and really apply it to their business to create more effective promotions?
Yeah, I mean, we live in a world of big data, and the big data is all about your customers. It's about weather, it's about all kinds of different data factors. So it's about bringing that into the fold and being able to identify not only what products consumers want, and make sure that you also have them available, because lack of availability in your inventory also impacts how the competitive pricing is going to go. So it's really about not only coming up with those promotional offers, but making sure that you're reaching customers using the right promotional vehicles. And those promotional vehicles for retailers are incredibly expensive. And now you've got new ones that have come in, like the social community, for example. And so what retailers are trying to figure out is not only what should I promote, but how do I reach them? And how do I manage my rising marketing costs, to keep those in line? And so what we do with some of our customers is our promotional system maximizes the use of those different vehicles and helps them understand that this is the product you should be promoting, this is the offer that you should be promoting it at, and by the way, put it in your circular. You don't need the end cap in the store, give that to somebody else, and by the way, if you put it in your social community, you're going to get a huge lift in demand.
No, it's very interesting. I think that social component is not something that a lot of people think about, but I myself, as a shopper, I'm always sharing, when I find a great deal, or, I had this really great experience at this retailer. So that kind of adds another layer to that whole deal and pricing ecosystem.
It really does, and for retailers, it's cheaper to keep a customer than try to acquire a new one. So retailers are forever trying to figure out, how do I grow my loyalty? And one of the things that we offer at Revionics is, not only is our promotional system optimizing the promotions for any of those vehicles, but we have a whole social component. So as we're optimizing and saying, well, put this on the circular, put this on your website, we also say, put this in your social community. So you can be a customer, you can opt into that program, and personalized offers are presented to you. You have the choices, whatever the retailer wants, whether it's, I want to wish it, I want to, like it, but you can also redeem it. So if you were to redeem that, it then would go onto your loyalty card. You then go into the store, you pick the product up, you hit the point of sale, and it comes off. But the nice thing is that offer that we just gave you goes back into the social community, so like-minded friends now also have access to that, so they can opt in, and now they can start getting those offers. And so being able to track that full redemption, all that information, just like transactional data for a retailer, all that goes back into our science, so that the next time around, when the retailer is wanting to figure out, what do I promote and how do I reach them, and where am I going to get that lift, social becomes a big deal. And what retailers struggle with is they're doing little programs over here, but then their marketing programs are over here. So the problem is they don't know, is this conflicting? Is this helping these promotions, or is it cannibalizing these promotions? So it's very important that that whole social arm is connected into the whole promotional planning process.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, it seems like we talked about a lot of different trends. I mean, the empowered shopper, the competitive element, all these different online pure plays, entering the market and seeing success, which is, causing some strain, but also the need to be a little more contextual and personalized. So taking all these trends into account and looking forward through 2016, I mean, do you have any final, not only tips and best practices, but any final trends that you think retailers should be on the lookout for, that they may want to apply or think about as they refine their strategies?
Yeah, I think, we're not going to untrain consumers to not be price sensitive. We're not going to untrain them to not have that transparency. So it's really about the retailers, the winners are going to be the ones that start adopting the science and the technology that's available to help them keep up with this ever-changing consumer, and making sure that the products that they're creating in their assortment tailor to their needs. I believe that stores not going to go away. They talk about stores going away. It's going to become the experience. You may not even be doing commerce there in the future, but I think you have to keep giving the consumer that experience, that not only personalization from the right products and the right offers, but also allowing them to personalize their products as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, Cheryl. Well, thank you again so much for taking the time out to chat with me and talk about all of these great trends. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and expertise.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone out there for watching.